First stop. First stop on our road trip.
Yep. Haven't moved for how long?
Tell them what happened, Angie.
Well, we're inside, and all of a sudden the power goes
Now,
out.
what time was that? We were sitting there about 11:30.
11:30, all ready to go to bed.
Just ready to go to bed. We had our trip planned out for tomorrow.
Yep.
We
I
had
was mapping.
everything done.
Yep.
We were sitting over there.
And all of a sudden, the power pops off in the damn coach. I'm like, I'll go and check the power pole. I run out.
Because the power, you know, when we stay, the power goes off randomly.
Yeah, no, it just stormed.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, maybe somewhere down the road. So I go out and check it, flip it, and nothing. So I'm like, well, unplug it and redo everything with that, because we have a surge protector on it, and it was all lit up, saying like we've got power. So we couldn't figure it out. So we messed with that for what, a half hour?
Yeah, we searched around, checked different breakers,
turned off the batteries.
Yeah, reset the breakers, reset other things, inverter, nothing. So I'm like, so we started up the generator, and the transfer switch, which is of course in here, the transfer switch activated.
Yep, it works.
So then I plugged in, I have a monitor box that I plugged into the power transformer here. And under the generator, the box read voltage. But when I turned the generator off, it didn't read any voltage coming into the box.
So it was like the power pole wasn't giving us power.
Yeah, which is really weird because the power pole, everything was good on our transformer and everything, and our surge protector. All the lights were on, everything else. So, so what we proceeded to do is we proceeded to switch out the wires in the transfer switch. So I figured one of the breakers was bad in there. So we took it all apart. This was at midnight.
Midnight. Hotter than heck. You're in this. He's just sweating buckets in there.
And I just showered.
You just showered.
So I'm sweating. And so I took the wires and I switched them around. I switched the generator. I took the generator ones off, and I put the ones from the power under the breaker that was on the generator. So that took about an hour.
Yep.
Got that all switched over. Turned the power on.
Still doesn't work.
Nothing. So I said, we're not getting the right voltage out of the thing.
Out of the power.
So we actually, fortunately, we had an extension, and we just happened to bring that with us. So we were able to reach the box next to us, and we plugged it in, and it worked.
Yep. So
then I had to take the box and rewire everything. So I took another hour. So we go back. I take a shower again.
Like 2:30.
Yeah, we were about 2:30. We went to bed, and then all of a sudden, about 3:30.
Yep, 3:30.
We are awakened horribly by this screeching sound. Loud. Sound like the worst fire alarm you could ever have. So we're stumbling up. We're trying to figure out what the heck's going on.
We're exhausted.
And we find out that it's this carbon monoxide detector down here. The loudest, most irritating thing you could ever hear.
Oh yeah.
So it's detecting carbon monoxide or propane.
Propane inside.
So.
And luckily I remembered where the heck it was, because
so we couldn't reset it.
No.
Obviously there was no propane because there's nothing running in the coach at all. There was nothing running.
We have no propane here.
It was at night, so the air conditioners, nothing was running.
Nothing was on.
So we're like, well, let's open the windows and just see if maybe some fresh air will turn it off.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, that kept going for about 15 minutes. Yeah. We would not reset, so we had to take it off, cut the wire, and then once we did that, we
finally shut up.
Finally got to shut off. So we went to bed. So we get to bed about 4:30, I think, after that. And now we're up at 7. Of course, Saki was nice enough to get us up at 7.
He's like, hey guys.
And so now we're headed through the back roads of Alabama today.
And we'll see who lives.
I'm not sure what's going to happen, but we're both a little fearful.
We're fearful.
gonna map us, so
Wish him luck.
I'm really fearful of that. But yeah, so that's gonna be our day today. We'll send
update tonight.
Yeah, we'll send a report.
At least one of us will update tonight. Maybe it's Saki.
We're still alive, so. Okay, folks. Well, we are we're getting ready to leave here, and this is what we got. We got a nice low def check engine lights. There's
now
the,
it came
there's
back
the def
on.
gauge coming back. So we've got the check engine light. This actually happened the other day too.
Yes.
Where we turned it on when it was really hot outside, and the def gauge went down to 0, and then it went all the way back up after we turned it off and on again. This engine light will go off as we go about 300 miles down the road.
Yep.
So,
or we assume.
why it's happening, I don't know, but I guess that's
Par for the course.
par for the course. So much for def fluid. Okay.
Alright.
Onward.
Maybe.
Well, we made it to our next destination, which is in Alabama, mid-Alabama. And let's see, our engine light went out.
Yes.
Our def fluid light went out after a while. As we were going down the road, about 300 miles in, it went out.
Yep.
And that was the first day. Then the second day, we started up the RV, and
The lights came on again.
the def fluid gauge went to
It was
0,
empty.
and the light went on again.
Yep.
And that stayed on the whole day. So that's on right now.
Yep.
We don't know what's going to happen here. So hopefully that will go off eventually. If not, we're actually headed up to Tiffin in 2 days.
Yep.
So I guess we'll have them take a look at it and see. But apparently this is a problem that's ongoing. Other than that,
The
no.
thumb here was okay.
Yeah, no real problems. We're on kind of a dirt, gravelly, uneven area right now, so we're sitting a little wonky. But but Saki doesn't mind.
No, he doesn't mind.
So-
He finds, he's like, I'll take that nice dirt path. The best thing was he found lightning bugs the other night, and he was chasing those, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so I guess that's what we do out here. We chase lightning bugs and look at all the other RVs around here. It's actually kind of raining right now.
Yep. Well done.
This actually is okay. They have a little pool here.
Little dog park.
Yeah, little nice little dog walk. So it's actually not the worst place in the world. And the people were really friendly. We came in here and they gave us t-shirts and were really super friendly. So that's the report for now. We'll keep you updated as we go. So we arrived at Red Bay here a few days ago, and we are staying at Red Bay Acres, which is actually pretty nice.
That's a pretty nice RV resort.
This is where all the Tiffins come to get repaired, apparently, because there's a ton of Tiffins in here. Not much else in Red Bay. But we got here on Monday, and the strange thing is, the minute we pulled in, our engine light went out. So that was kind of interesting, because that's what usually happens to us. So the other thing that happened, of course, being that it's Hell Week, is that the air system on the RV sprung a leak.
Yeah, we're riding.
Going down the road, and all of a sudden we hear.
I'm like, who's got balloons?
It sounded like a balloon. It sounded like you blew up a balloon and
It
just
pulled
let it
it
go.
tight, yep.
Yeah, and we're just like, what was that? And
you were like, and you should go find out what it was. I'm like, dude, I have no clue what it is.
I said, we'll take a walk through and see if you can figure out what the heck is happening. So, so she walks through. She's like, I don't know. I go, I bet it was something bad. And
He did.
Sure enough, we get there and we went to put the jacks down. The jacks are air and hydraulic operated. So the hydraulic parts came down, and then all but one jack came down, and one of them went halfway, and then the air was bleeding out. You heard it, spraying out all over, and it gave us a whole bunch of errors, And so we had to call the jack manufacturer, which they were there.
On a Sunday afternoon.
It was after hours on a Sunday. They were there, and they talked us through. We actually had to go in and clear the code. So
thank you.
We got that cleared. We put the jacks back up, put them back down with hydraulic only, and that fixed the problem. So then we had to take it in for service the next day without and found out, they actually looked at it, found out one of the airbags had sprung a leak, and the fan box was leaking. So here we're coming up on the famous Red Bay stoplights, apparently. Town of 3,000 people, and there's like 5 stoplights in this town, and they go on for hours. I mean, you can sit that stoplight for probably 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Then there's a grocery store here that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
For being a small town like this. There's this manufacturing plant. I think they make dog food.
Yes.
Because it reeks.
Oh my God.
It is like the worst smell. We went to the grocery store last night, which is right across the road from it, and we're just like, oh my God, what is this horrible smell?
Yeah.
Because somebody told us about it.
Yes, and we're like, we haven't smelled anything bad all week. I'm like, I think she's crazy.
Yeah, we're just
like,
oh no,
and
I'm just like, well, how bad could it be? And it was bad. It was really bad. I mean, if I had a house near there, I'd sell it. I'd burn it. I'd burn it. I'd have to get rid of it. It was so bad.
Oh, so bad.
So we got the Cardinal drive-through here.
We might have to check that out.
Which might be kind of interesting. Red Bay. This is the. Oh, there's a steakhouse. Oh, the steakhouse is open.
Yep.
Maybe we'll have to go there. So we're actually headed to the Red Bay Service Center, the Allegro Service Center, where apparently you can, if you're within warranty, you can camp your Allegro bus at the service center to get your warranty work done. Oddly enough, people are there's campgrounds all over here, and they're mostly Tiffins.
Yeah.
Like 99% Tiffins. You'll see Tiffins everywhere. People sitting in the back of their truck with their dogs and their Tiffins.
Yeah.
But there's actually a really interesting hardware store here too.
Yes. This was really cool.
It reminded me of a hardware store back in the 80s, and it had products from the 80s in the hardware store. It was like, it was great. We walked in there, I was like, this reminds me of a hardware store when I grew up.
Yeah. Except
it was 10 times as big. And so we've been driving around. When we had our RV in for service at Bay Diesel, and they fixed the tire for us. So they fixed the tire leak.
Oh yeah.
Which was nice. We just wanted to get it done. We could have had it done at Tiffin under warranty, but we just wanted to get it done. So here's this hardware store. Actually, different RV washing services. Yeah, there it is back there. It's a big hardware store. The whole building's hardware store. So this is the Allegro Tiffin Service Center. This is where you go to check in. And what the process is you go here and you check in. You walk in the door and you check in. And then they send a person out. You have to fill out all these forms, and they send a person out to your place the next day. And
want to do a little drive-through?
Yeah, let's just do a quick drive-through and see all the RVs in here.
Yeah.
All these Allegros.
I really kind of like that paint color on that Allegro.
Most of these have been sitting here since we've been here.
Yes, that one has been.
So this is actually, it's thinned out.
Oh, it is.
It's thinned out a lot. When we came here, it was pretty well full.
Yep.
But they must have got people in and out for the weekend. But look at all these buses. I mean, these are high-priced buses, and
yeah, you got us fixed.
They've got just all these needing service. This is all warranty too. This is all first-year warranty on all these. And look at all of them waiting for service out there. It just goes on and on.
We'll turn the corner here.
Yeah, you can turn the corner and go back in.
Yeah.
But and all the bays are full. There's 40. I think there's 47 bays.
Yep. Tiffin security.
All of them are full.
Yeah.
So once the guy comes in, he comes over to your RV the next day, wherever you're staying at, whatever campground you're at. And you talk to him about the stuff. And originally they told us that the RV we'd be able to get in the next day. into the express
Like,
service, which is, we're like, hey, great, because we had to have our window fixed. Well, now in our air system. Well, then they called and they said, by the way, we don't have the window. Where the window is, I don't know, so they had to order it. So it wouldn't be till at least Friday. They scheduled us till Friday. Then they called back and said, well, I don't know if we're going to do it Friday. We'll put you on the list. So we've been waiting. It's now Friday, and we've been waiting all day. So we're going to go into the Tiffin parts area here.
Yeah.
And so you wait, and then they give you this list, and then like the day before they'll call you and tell you you need to be at the bay at this time.
At this time, and which bay it is.
Yeah, and then they'll tell you, okay, go to this bay this time, and then you sit there and you wait, and you find something to do in town, which is, with a dog especially, is a little difficult.
The dog is hard, yeah.
So, so we're just waiting. We probably won't get in until next week now.
No, I don't think so yet. It's Friday.
And so we're just waiting here.
We'll find what else is fun to do.
Yeah, so we'll go into the Tiffin parts department here, and just kind of see what we can come up with. Because we do need a new carbon monoxide detector. They call that the Allegro Club. It's like you get to be in a special club that you get to come and fix your RV and sit here for a week. I don't want to be part of that club anymore.
No.
Oh, are they closed today?
Closed for lunch.
Oh, shit.
All right.
This is the third time we've gone over here. We've only been successful at one time, and the one time we did get here, we needed a replacement fan motor for one of our vent fans, so we were just going to buy it. It's like $50.
Yeah.
And she walks in to get it, and the girl types in her information at the computer, and she's like, "Oh, your RV's way too new. Here, you get this for free." Yep. So they gave us a free fan motor, which was really nice. But everybody starts work at like 6:30, and they close at 3:30. Like everybody.
On the dot.
Everybody in this town.
We were accidentally at the store.
The Tiffin plant clears out at 3:30, and there is a traffic jam in this town of 3,000
That's why they
people.
need the stoplights.
Yeah, exactly. So we figured out why they needed the stoplights. But
should we do a little venture here quick about town?
yeah, we could drive downtown. You can turn the car off.
I can turn the car, yeah. Oh, that's what I have to do. So I was like, I'm like, God, there's no one here getting parts. Well, they're done for lunch.
Well, that's the. So I've talked to a lot of people that have been here to get their RVs fixed. Everything from loose screws to bodywork.
Major issues, yeah.
So apparently this is quite the place to be.
Yeah.
I don't really want to come back here again, but
I don't like repairing.
But everybody was nice.
Yeah, everyone's super nice.
Tiffin people were super nice. The campground was people are really nice.
Nice doggy park.
Yeah, so it's actually not. If there was more to do here, being it's also in a dry county, so if you run out of booze, if you run out of wine, then
you run out of wine.
Yeah, tell us what happens when you run out of wine.
It's sadness. You go to tequila.
Yeah. So that's the kicker.
But no, it's an interesting little town.
Interesting. They've got a small gym. Well, the hardest part for us is finding a place to work out.
Yeah.
Because there's not much place to walk, especially that's safe. There's really no sidewalks.
No.
And walking along the road,
they're really twisty-turny.
We picked up a stray dog the first day. Almost got hit by a couple cars the second day, and we're just like, you know what? Maybe we'll skip our walking for a little while. So we walk around the RV park, and then.
And people count how many times. Like, hey, you're the people that walked around here like 40 times yesterday. I'm like, I was 42. Like, oh, I'll keep better count next time.
Well, there's only so much you can do. We've been doing yoga and Pilates and stuff in our RV, but we're gonna get the weights out.
Yeah.
But there's no shortage of churches, though. I will say that much here.
And so far in Alabama, they have like ice houses where you could walk up, get your bag, and you fill it up with ice.
Yeah, or little machines.
Yeah, little machines
everywhere.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe we should check that steakhouse out tonight, huh?
We could.
But there's no booze there, I bet.
No, but didn't you hear what you do?
You bring your own?
You bring your own. You take your own sippy cup of booze and you roll it. I'm like, well, that's my kind of place.
That just seems weird.
Nah.
I mean, I wonder if we could walk over with our own martinis in a gigantic shaker.
Exactly. Pour any on it. Nah, this is just fruit juice, y'all. No, that's cute. That's nice. And then there's, okay, we're going over this train tracks.
Shh. I don't know if you can hear it, but it sounds like a train. So every time you go over these train tracks,
you look to see if
you look because you think there's a train bearing down it because it sounds like a train horn's going.
Yeah. Oh gosh, what should we do? Straight or to the left?
Let's go to the left.
All right.
We're to the stoplight, but it is green.
It's green. That's why we're.
This is a
right
once in
now.
a lifetime deal. I just turned orange or yellow.
Yeah. Well, like
Okay.
otherwise we'd be sitting there for 10.
So we went to the gas station here. You walked into the gas
Yep.
station. What happened at the gas station?
I picked up a few little snacks like lemon heads and red hots, and the kind guy gave them to me for free.
She gave her candy.
He gave me candy.
Of course, I ate it because she was allergic to all
I'm
of it.
allergic to that stuff, but that was all. It was for Mike. It was so cute.
She bought it for me. We're at another stoplight here. 1 block from the other one, mind you.
You couldn't get 2 RVs lined up here.
Okay, so there's the motorhome in the wall there.
Which is really kind of funny.
Yeah, which is interesting. And they got motorhomes parked there too.
And I just don't know who's talented enough to back in and do all that in that itty bitty space.
So we're at the next block. There's another stoplight. Here's the gym and the tanning salon. You went in and checked that out, but it was like a CrossFit gym. It wasn't a real gym.
Yeah,
it was just like had CrossFit equipment.
I might have to go check that out. We'll see.
Might go there in 10. And there's the hospitality center for Tiffin, where you can wait there. And on the other side of the street is the hotel, which actually the hotel looked really nice
Really cool.
on the inside.
So if we have to go away a full day, we might go do that.
Yeah, it looks like they redid everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's a park.
Yeah.
It's a really small park though.
We were hoping it was big.
Yeah, so at least we could walk.
Yeah.
They were repainting the fireworks stand the other day.
Yeah. Looks nice.
And then, of course,
Well, we got a farmer's
church.
market up here.
Church. Yeah, we did stop at the farmer's market.
Oh, they're not here today.
It's closed today. But the lady was really nice. We bought jalapenos and peaches and tomatoes.
I bet they're closed for lunch.
Oh, they probably are closed for lunch. Everybody closes for lunch. There's one supermarket, another supermarket, a Jack's, and a Dollar Tree. That's a supermarket / Ace Hardware.
There was more Ace Hardware than supermarket.
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah, you're right. The Ace Hardware was bigger
Really
than the
nice.
supermarket. There's people working on the roads as usual. So.
Yeah, carry on.
Carrying on.
The poor guy. What else is here? Farmer's Home Furniture.
Farmer's Home Furnishing. We should go in there and see what kind of furniture they have.
Oh, that would be interesting.
I bet it's to our liking.
Well, they have lawnmowers.
Oh, there's the Snow Biz shaved ice. It's actually not very warm here. Well, when the sun comes out, it gets warm.
Yeah.
And they got an auto parts store.
Yeah.
And a traffic jam.
Ooh, and a McDonald's.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. Little one. I bet you won't get free candy at that one.
I bet I won't get free candy.
And that's pretty much it. So while your RV is dropped off here,
there's not a lot to do.
you don't have a whole lot to do. You can drive to neighboring towns, but the problem is if you have a dog, then there's really not much to do.
No.
Because most places, of course, don't allow dogs. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Hopefully ours will only take a couple hours.
I hope so.
If it doesn't, maybe we'll YouTube it.
Yeah, we could.
We'll YouTube a 2-hour YouTube of the boredom that we experienced when we got our
You can feel our pain.
Yeah. And then we'll decide if we're going to come back again.
Yeah.
So far, it's just been waiting. So far, we just had to wait all week. But we were just kind of looking around Alabama anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe thinking about buying a house. So it wasn't a big deal.
Nah.
But that was our Tiffin experience.
So far.
We'll keep you updated as we go on.